Okay, good morning, champions. I'm really sorry. Yesterday I was totally unable to do the analysis together with you guys, but hopefully I'm going to compensate the analysis of yesterday. Um, I'm going to do it today. That's why I'll be doing this analysis very early in the morning. So today we are going to be looking at two analysis. So I'll be looking at two pairs, and that is GBPJPY and EURJPY. And I think if you have been or you are used to looking at the charts, you are going to see that the movement on one pair causes a corresponding movement in another pair. Like for the case where you have got similarities between the pairs, like for the case of AUD USD, you can see they are somehow having the same movement with GBP USD, the AUD USD together with the GBP USD in such a way that when the AUD USD is moving up, then the GBP USD is also moving up. So I hope you are able to see that. But today we will not be looking at Euro USD or GBP USD. Today we are going to base ourselves to GBP JPY and Euro JPY. So I'm going to kickstart today analysis with GBPJPY, and this is the month from the monthly time frame. So you can see um, we had a move to the top here, then we had a slow movement here, moving at that particular pattern. We had a move to the upside again, touched this trend line above here, broke to the downside, went ahead, had a shallow touch to this downside, created a point of resistance here, moved again to touch this downside here, created a breakout here, moved to this place here, and then it moved again to the downside here. So again it moved to the upside, created a point of resistance, and then moved to the downside. Now we had a breakout out of this point of resistance here, and currently we are expecting for the markets to I've placed this long position mainly because I'm expecting these markets to have a breakout out of this position. Let me use this. So I'm expecting the markets to move from, so it has already moved from here to this point. So I'm currently waiting for the markets to move to the upside. So if I'm going to have a breakout at this position here, then it is going to give me a confidence that it wants to move to the upside here, and then we are going to have some small consolidation here, and then we are going to have a further move to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting from the monthly time frame. So but generally from the monthly time frame, we are just waiting for a confirmation that the markets wants to move to the upside. So let us move to a lower time frame, get the weekly, the weekly time frame. So from the weekly time frame, you can see what I was talking about. So from the weekly time frame, we are able to have a clear view of what the market have been doing. So we had a move. Let me take this first. So we had a move here, then the markets moved to the downside, then it created another point of resistance here, then it moved to this downside here, moved to the upside again, moved to the downside, then moved to the upside. Then we had the creation of this breakout here. So what I'm expecting is for the market to reach up to this point, for it to make a decision of whether it is going to move to the downside again to test that point of support, because if it goes to the downside, this means that it is going to move up to this point. Then you are going to have some small consolidation at this point. Then you are going to have a move to the upside, causing a breakout to the upside. Or if the market decides to move to the upside, make a breakout here. So it is also to our benefit, because if it moves to the upside, then I'm also planning on capitalizing the move that will be made to the upside or to the downside. But currently, I'm just waiting to see how the markets are going to be behaving. Yeah. So I'm waiting to see how the markets are going to behave. So that is from the daily time frame. Now if we move to a weekly time, I mean a daily time frame, you can see that the markets were moving at a particular pattern as they were moving to the upside. We had a breakout out of this position here. You can see a clear confirmation that the markets were moving to the upside. Then it went back for a retest here. Good opportunity to capitalize on the move to the upside. So there was this creation. There was the creation of this pattern here. So you can see the pattern here. After touching this point, it went to the upper point, then went down to this trend line below here, and then moved to the upside here. So if the markets continue to move with the same pattern, so we are expecting the markets to let me take this. So we are expecting the markets to move from this point to this point. Then we are going to have a move to the upside again. Then maybe a move to the downside and then a move to the upside to have a breakout up to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting from the daily time frame. So you can see that from the monthly, the weekly, and the daily time frame, they are all telling me the same thing, but in different ways. That is how you are able to test whether your analysis is correct. Yeah, you must have a particular pattern of the way you are analyzing the market, because if the monthly time frame is telling me that the markets are moving down, then the weekly time frame tells me that the market is moving up, then the daily time frame tells me that the markets are moving down again. So it might be a little bit confusing. But from this, you can see that the market, the general expectation of how I want the market to move, it is to the upside. Yeah. So it is to the upside. So let me move to an hourly time frame. So from the hourly time frame, you can now clearly see how the markets have been creating those patterns after experiencing a breakout. Yeah, so that is how the markets have been moving. So we have been having this breakout here, having this movement here. So we had a test to the downside here, but then the markets made a correction there. So we are expecting the markets to either move to the downside for a retest here, and for them to move to the upside, make a breakout, and move to the upside completely. Yeah. So that is what I'm expecting the markets to behave. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting the markets to behave. So for GBPJPY, I'm still viewing or observing how the markets are playing out, looking for opportunities to capitalize on the small market moves, and also planning for the big opportunities that are ahead. Okay, so let us move to the Euro GPY. So for the Euro GPY, oh yeah, Euro GPY. So the general movement, you can see the general movement, attach to the upside, touch the downside, attach double touches to the upside here. Then you had a move to the downside here, attach to the downside. So then the markets have been playing in between these two trend lines here. So you can see that after having a move to the upside, then a move to the downside here, creating a point of support, move to the upside here, point of resistance, point of support again. Now we are expecting the markets to complete first of all this point here, for them to have a breakout to the upside here, to touch this trend line above here, or possible movement to the downside again. It may continue moving with the same pattern until it reaches a point where it touches the trend line above here. But currently, I'm still looking at the market, expecting it to move to this particular side. And let me calculate the amount of pips that I'm looking at. So I'm looking at around 5,353 pips. Yeah, so that is a good move while you're capitalizing on the small moves that are being made in the market. So that is the weekly time frame. So we move to the daily time frame. So moving into the daily time frame, so the markets have been moving to the upside with a particular pattern, and you can see that pattern. Now it is very clear to you, so you can see that beautiful pattern that has been created. So you have got three trend lines in which the markets are moving. So you had the markets having attacked the downside, made a breakout here, moved to the upside, move to the downside again, several touches on this trend line at the middle, then move to the upside again. We had a breakout out of this position, had a small correction, then later we had a move to the downside here. So, and then we have been having touches to the downside, touches to the upside, and the pattern continues. We had a touch to the downside here, several touches to the upside, touch to the downside. Then we had another touch to the downside here. Then we had this breakout. So this breakout, we had a touch to the upside, move to this point of support. Then we had a breakout out of this position. That's why I'm currently expecting the markets to move further to the upside. I'm waiting for the markets to have a breakout out of this trend line here, and then they are going to make a small correction at this position. Let me take this. So I'm expecting the market to confirm to me that it moves to the upside. Then it is going to make some small correction here to maybe this level. So some small correction, then we are going to have an experience where the markets are going to move to the downside completely. So that is it. So let us move to the hourly time frame. I think it is from the hourly time frame that you're going to see what yeah, and from the hourly time frame now you're going to we are experiencing a clear view of what I'm talking about. So here, so you can see that you had a breakout to the upside in this position, and then we had a correction. So this is a breakout. Then we had a small correction, a breakout to the upside, then a small move to the downside, looking like a sign of correction. Then we have this move to the upside again. So I'm currently waiting for a confirmation for me to get it with a buy trade. Yeah, so that is it. If it gives me a confirmation up to this point here, I'm getting in, and I'll be risking how many pips? So I'll be risking a total of 200 pips. So I'll be risking 200 pips to get let me look at the reward that I'll be getting. So let me just move to a higher time frame so I can be able to calculate the reward. So to get a total reward of 2,500, 2,500, yeah. So that is the plan that I have. That is the plan that I have. So hopefully all is going to go well, and at the end of the day, we're going to make some profits. Yeah. So that is the end of my analysis. So have a blessed continue having a blessed week. The remainder of the week today and tomorrow, and may the tips be with you.